Hello everybody, welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I am Arctic Wolf and this is episode 16. In our last episode we hooked up the Milwaukees to our passenger lines and electrified both of their main lines. We've still got a little bit of work to do on that, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to be hooking up Billings to McKinny and Kansas City, and then I don't know, I'm just gonna work through it. I'm gonna try to get all the cities connected to one big loop on a passenger line network, and we'll see how this goes. So we're just gonna speed this up and get right into it. Okay, so we're going to try something a little bit different here. Usually I just throw a time lapse in and throw some music on it, but this time I'm going to try narrating over top of the time lapse and just kind of give you guys what I'm thinking as I'm building and such, and then we'll throw some music in there too. But right here we just unlocked the Zephyr right there. That's a diesel. It's a multi-unit passenger cars and locomotive together. Right here in this intersection we're trying to tie the passenger line two-way into both ways going to McKinney and Kansas City. And looking at it now, that track that one train just took to go from Kansas City to, no, that's needed to go from McKinney to Kansas City, never mind. Right there we just unlocked a whole bunch of vehicles again. We're going to have to rework these lines here. We're making it so that everything is two stations, a through station for each direction. We're electrifying the whole thing. We're going to have to move some stations around and things like that, so everything that gets upgraded. I tried generally to upgrade everything and keep it pretty much the same. There's a couple of stations I just ended up deleting one of the lines. We just unlocked another locomotive right there. This intersection took a bit. This station was a little bit tricky because that third line goes over to Plano, and that's the only way to get there, so we had to have a third station on this one. But we ended up getting there in the end of it. Right there I tied that in, made it a double slip. Everything works just fine. The signaling for these ends up being a little bit more complicated than I wanted it to be, but I end up figuring it all out. This one, as I'm electrifying all of this and I'm building this bridge, I'm thinking about upgrading that bridge to the steel supports. Let me know in the comments if that would be something that you'd like to see. I'm probably just going to end up doing that anyway in one of the upcoming episodes, but let me know. I'd like to hear what you guys are thinking. I'll respond to your comments. Not a problem. Right now we're just double tracking all the way around. This bridge here will probably end up being upgraded as well. This station was the most complicated of them all. It's got 5 trains coming in, and that's counting the 2 passenger lines and then the 3 freight lines. And the passenger lines are going to have multiple trains on them, so that's going to be a busy one. So after that I went through and I sold all the locomotives that were on the lines that we're working on. I went through and I deleted all the lines. I ran into a bug where when when I would search for the line, it would just, and delete one, it would just disappear. So I had to go through and look for them individually and delete them all. And now I'm relaying the lines back out and making sure it works right. We unlock more public street transportation. We're configuring more stations. This ends up being the wrong layout for this. So, since there's only one passenger line on this one right here, I may end up putting another station in back on the other side over there and running them crisscross over the freight lines, but that's for another time. Now right here I'm adding a separate line in for the Plano to Omaha line. That's its own separate line, just a little shuttle. And now I'm drawing the main line around the other direction, and then we're going to put 5 of each of these locomotives with 7, 8, 9 cars each, and we're going to send them around, make sure everything's electrified, make sure all the signals are doing the right thing, not blocking everything up. And that takes a lot longer than I wish it. We just unlocked something right there, more airplanes and buses. So we're gonna end up upgrading our public busing in a future episode here coming soon. But I'm gonna shut up now, give you guys the music, and you can watch me fumble around with these signals for a while, getting frustrated at why these things keep bumping into each other and stuff while I'm working on it. It's rather humorous sometimes, and I end up getting it all straightened out in the end. So I'll see you at the end of the music. Well, there you have it, everybody. We have a completely industrialized passenger network. We've got 10 of the Milwaukees carrying a grand total of 70 of the new streamlined rail cars. And yeah, it took a little bit of time to work out the signaling for the two-way tracking to make sure people weren't running into each other and stuff like that. But once we got all that lined up and straightened out, it's working like a charm. We've got clockwise and counterclockwise trains on the network, all cities connected, and it's one stop. There's 2 locations you have to take a separate train to get to, one of which is Plano. If you want to get to Plano from anywhere, you just go to Omaha and take the shuttle to Plano. That's easy. The other section is the Grand Rapids, Indianapolis, and Tempe main line is separated from the other main line by a ship. You got to take the boat to get from McKinny to the Fork Point here, and then you can get on the train station there and go wherever you need to go. So that's good. I was gonna go ahead and put down some high-speed train. That's just a quick upgrade. We could just do that like this and then go through the whole passenger network, but it's not necessary right now, so that will be the first thing we do in the next episode. Another thing we can look forward to in the next episode is possibly working on some more cargo, maybe even with an airplane. Hey, tune in next time to see what that's about. But if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like my channel, this playlist, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know exactly when my next video comes out, hit the bell icon. And you people have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in. And with that, Arctic Wolf out.